think you did the rightest thing you could sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise.
Carry on.
Just gotta keep our heads up.
find in one of those manuals? No kidding! Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer, that's a complete set! All 3 parts! I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever... aside from you, Ms.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a... Adelaide said that? Was she sober at the time? Something must have changed in Edgewater. What's on...
Where are we headed?
Hey, Miss Parvati. Come for a visit? Lovely to see you about, Miss...
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him cur... Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas... Oh. Well, thanks.
You run into any trouble? Conrad's barbershop is a yawning pit that swallows his every bit. I keep telling him he should cut a few corners. Skimp out on the disinfectant. Gotta put the squeeze on Conrad. Find some dirt on him. Maybe...
Okay. Sure thing. Oh, I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
What can I do for you? Go ahead. What can I do for you? You know about Eugene? How? You were probably poking around my things. Eugene's golden teeth were a family... That's unthinkable. I can't ask Silas.
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only way I'm paying... The good Vicar Maximilian and I have never quite seen eye to eye. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my... Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technique. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia. It's a miracle of bureaucracy. We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
Where are we headed?
Things are changing around the Vale. Don't matter much to me, though. Graves still need filling. You run into reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some... And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another. Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy. What? No. I needed his fees because of his name. Yeah? The colony ship? Ain't heard that one since I was... Hope's just a rumor, friend. Maybe you've been out in the... Look, I don't know what's got... Something I can do for you? Yeah?
Is this your ship? Oh, my stars. Oh, gosh. Listen to me back. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater. I've worked on the occasional... I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But... And if you ever need a pair of eyes... Yes! I mean... Captain. Yeah.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a... Outstanding, Captain. Our engine room is located behind...
Yeah.
What can I do for you? All systems are... I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low altitude... We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Ah, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me. help us find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design. Cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
I could spend hours reflecting on the secret... So, tell me what's on your mind. I excel at confessional listening. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition. That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion. My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. I envy that. They thought I was fighting the plan. The plan is not one rigid. Some choices make the path smoother. Some... It's like an... I have run headlong into too many... What about you? And how did he do that? Well, you do seem different than every other. That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned? A commendable attitude. I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bacona. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald. That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures. I'll comb the last 6 months. Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, I meditated, led sermon. Thank you, Captain. What's occupying... Of course.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to If you check the terminal in your captain's... Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear? Now playing A Spacer's Choice.
It's not the best choice.
Everyone in Halcyon is... Why are obtuse... As you wish, Captain. I have lots... I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber. When I simulate myself in such a scenario, I do not find it to be desirable. I think my self-preservation... Traveling the system with you. Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power surge? A jolt to the system. I have felt... As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design. If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes. How can I be of assistance? What part of the colony? Ah, yes. As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations. There is a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. Shall I engage the laser weapon? A sensible choice. As the outlaw scientist known as Dr. Phineas V. Wells has taken a measure of precautions to make the lab undetectable to those even knowing the location. My systems resist. Of course, what part of the colony would you like to discuss? We're cleared to dock with the Groundbreaker, if that's your desire. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in I can, yes. Let me... You are more than welcome, Captain. The Groundbreaker was Halcyon. Freighters often deliver, or many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with... I have filed the required docking form. How can I be of... What part of the... Where in Terra 2? Edgewater is the sparkling county seat of Emerald Vale. The town is near the coordinates where... You mean the ones who... I'm sure they are wonderful humans. Since you diverted power to Edgewater, the botanical lab shut down, and the deserters were forced to return to... Meanwhile, the cannery's output increased, enabling the town's population. Thank you for nothing, Captain. I cannot say. First, I need to adjust my memory. How can I request you... Make Welcome back, Cap. How can I... See you soon.
As always, what's but most...
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker. Welcome back, Captain. How can... Goodbye.
Can we talk? Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson? I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you... I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you can't abort... Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it work. Did you want to talk about something else?
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to Groundbreaker, by the by.
Where are we headed today, Captain? The stars are the limit.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a toss ball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses. He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get cute with me again, you little back babe rat, I will toss you out an airlock.
This is the Groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
I don't have time for this. I need a drink.
Going for a stroll around the docking base? Sure was. Got a knack for upsetting the board and the Mardettes all at once. I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swag. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation. Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it? Captain of the Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time. Felix Millstone. Pleased to make your acquaintance. See you around, boss. Going for a stroll around the docking base?
Do you mind? I'm trying to file a report.
Just arrived? Head over to Customs. Wheeler needs to process you.
I wonder what that fella did to get the board so wild at him. Yeah.
Customs and inspection.
Wish
right
we had
this way.
bigger weapons. But no. Oh. Be careful about blowing holes in the hull.
Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get...
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium. Access to that information is above my pay grade. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important. You take the starch out of them, Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor? Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime. A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started. Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with? The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly. Most places are on the promenade. I got a You need anything else? You let me... Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar... Two biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though. Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
Happy to help. That's my...
You're real good at it, too.
Well, thank you, miss. Are you pulling my leg? You must be one of them long-haul freighters from outside the colony. Well, it goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the board. Yep, Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing base. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year. Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship. Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are. Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars. Glad to help. Relative to the board holding, they aren't rich, but they strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. Sublight gives me the creeps. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them. All right. He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker. Not that he would, being a board man and all. They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them. You mean the heat? Sure, we could make them fix it. But what would they do in retaliation? They got assault cruisers, gunship. We push them too hard? Maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway. Sure thing. Be seeing you. Hey there. Be seeing you.
Huh? Hey. I picked up the... This weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go. No one lives on
on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You were hearing things.
No, seriously. There was a lot of static at first, but then this voice said his name was Graham?
Graham, right. Broadcasting on a dead world full of monsters. Now I've heard everything.
You know, it takes more muscles to frown than to smile.
Don't do that, Graham.
This is Halcyon
Wasn't for us,
News.
this whole damn
We
station
interrupt
would
your
shut
regularly
down.
scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for the week. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed.
Rizzo's mock apple suck. Rizzo's knock you out bar. A CCN 76
Carry on.
Learn to keep your eyes to yourself.
Careful where you... Mechanicals all over, but they still got us sweating to move boxes.
Are you listening to me, Emfuru? You can't get out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fraser.
I am not.
You ever hard up for work? Try sublight salvage. If you're morally flexible.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
These stairs are board. Have you seen this man? Have you seen this man? For information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells, report any sightings to your local board embassy.
Are those XF411s? And an old Yakita 37? You think they'd let me peek at the back?
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. No, it isn't. Just... Good. So... And... We...
I was...
Junlei...
Force...
I'd be...
Right. In person. Sure thing, Captain. Wow, great. Couldn't have done it without your...
Now, if there's...